Come on in, guys. Welcome to Idled Out, where we talk all things Survivor. My name is Luke, and today we're going to be talking about Winners at War. I mean, finally, it's here. Survivor Winners at War's first episode just aired, and man, what a doozy. I mean, look at this cast. With 20 great winners, some amazing gameplay, the surreality of watching inter-season faves interact, and a brand new twist, there's a lot to unpack here from the inaugural episode of Survivor's 40th season. So, let's dive into my top 5 takeaways from episode 1 of Winners at War. This won't be a blow-by-blow recap or anything like that. Rather, I'll be highlighting 5 things from this episode I think we should be talking about. That might be specific characters, moves, or moments, or just general things I've noticed about the episode. And obviously, spoiler warning. Turn back now if you haven't seen this episode. My number 5 takeaway from episode 1 is that Adam truly earned his spot on this season in the first 2 days of the game. There's no question that Adam is one of the players this season that, fair or not, isn't regarded as highly as most of the others. So when Adam went off with Denise to find the water well within the first few moments of the game, I'm sure plenty of viewers were happy to watch him dig his own grave. As a consequence of this little alliance-forming detour, Adam and Denise became persona non grata to the rest of the tribe and instantly became the primary targets of the first vote. And yet, Adam was able to recover from this stumble when he artfully shifted the target off him and Denise and onto Jeremy and Natalie. This is totally emblematic of Adam's game, and what makes him so fun to watch. Often, his problems in Survivor are a direct result of his own actions, but then he's able to weasel his way out of these mishaps better than almost anyone. Great play by Adam, and he just showed why he's worthy of being on such an epic season. My 4th takeaway from episode 1 is that this season is going to be seriously heartbreaking to watch. Each time someone's name came up as a potential boot, my heart dropped. Think about it. Are we ready for the heartbreak of, say, an Ethan vote out? Are we truly ready to see Kim Spradlin's torch get snuffed? Epic blindsides are fun, but over the last 20 years, we've gotten to know all of these players so well. And they all want to be there so badly. So seeing these great players get voted out, some for the first time, is going to hurt a lot. I totally anticipate this season to be equal parts high-octane gameplay and pure emotion as our faves get taken out one by one. Honestly, I'd genuinely be all in on just watching these 20 people hang out on an island instead of voting each other out. Well, I guess that's kind of what Edge of Extinction is for. My 3rd takeaway from the premiere episode of Winners at War is that seeing Kim Spradlin out of control is truly surreal. In Survivor One World, I don't think there was a single second out there where Kim felt an ounce of anxiety or worry. Things were going her way literally the entire time. And so to see Kim so profoundly out of the loop and very much in the crosshairs was honestly just weird. When she realizes her name has come up, you can see the panic in her face. It was super bizarre to see Kim floundering, and Kim, of all people, being on the ropes this early was not something I'd guess a lot of us expected. When Kim freaking Spradlin doesn't know what's going on, you know this game is going to be crazy. My number 2 takeaway from this episode is that Boston Rob, Parvati, and Sandra truly are the greatest of all time. And if there was any doubt before, this episode cleared that right up. By all rights, 2 of these 3 should be gone by now. And yet, all 3 seem pretty comfortable at the moment, and Boston Rob and Parvati are even aligned together. Just watching these 3 work over their tribe was truly magical. I mean, Rob twisted Ben up and wrung him out like a dirty old gym towel. Parvati was so in control she started to wonder if the other players had actually played Survivor before. Sandra, despite being easily the worst challenge performer in the game, managed to avoid what should have been an easy layup elimination for the rest of her tribe. and then her name wasn't even in the mix for who should go home. I've got to say, the further into this game these players go, the stronger their hold will become, so the 17 other players really missed a golden opportunity to take down these 3. But I guess that's exactly why they're the best to ever play. Finally, the top takeaway from this episode is that fire tokens, not as bad as we thought. There was a lot of doom and gloom about fire tokens before the season began because, well, they sounded terrible. But seeing them in action, they're a perfectly fine twist. At least so far. What I like about them, and what really only became apparent once we saw them working on screen, is that the bequeathing of fire tokens by eliminated players to players still in the game will reward people who built relationships. Okay, sure. Natalie gave hers to her ally from her last season. Amber gave hers to her husband. But as the season goes on, we'll see players give tokens to people with whom they've forged brand new bonds. And this will objectively reward social players. So I'll give it to Survivor. So far, this is a pretty good twist, and a sign that perhaps we shouldn't all lose our collective minds when Survivor tries something new. Got nothing else for you. Consider bequeathing your fire tokens towards the like and subscribe buttons, and I'll get you more Survivor content just like this. Until next time, don't get idled out.